to meet at a career fair and hand the resume, because we're going to take a post-it note, we're going to write some notes on it, and then that's what's going to jog our memory, and like, wow, you know, this resume looks good, but I remember the conversation we had. That really sticks out. So, you know, that's not always possible for a lot of students.
Virtually.
Yeah, exactly. So, some of the resumes that have stuck out to me are the ones where some of the basic stuff, it has to look nice. There's some resumes that look terrible, and it still surprises you of how people don't know how to do that. But resumes that highlight the skills at the top. There's this template, actually, in Microsoft Word that I love using, and it really highlighted the skills at the top of what you think you're good at. And then making sure the leadership positions are clearly identified or closer to the top. Those are the things that are really gonna jump out and make me spend more time on that, and not just the chronological. Okay, they worked at the food service and they worked at Subway and they had an internship and so pull out the relevant experiences. Just skip the chronological part, just do relevant experiences or professional experiences, and put the things that matter on there and highlight the skills you have. That's what's going to jump out and have me spend more time on that. The GPA also helps with that. We typically just have a level that just needs to be above, which for us is a 3.0 within supply chain. Other organizations it's a little different. So if it's above that, great. The higher it is, the more time we spend thinking and talking about it. But if you're a 3.1 and you have great leadership experience, we want to talk to you just as much as the 4.0 student as well.
Yeah, I will certainly second the conversation, the personal contact. We have only one opportunity to make a first impression, right? So let's say we have 20 resumes, then we're going to look at, everyone have a degree in engineering. So those 20, out of those 20, only 5 of them have leadership skills. So we're going to do the same. We're going to look who was leading an organization within the university, who was the chairman of United Way, the organization, who will have some community services, a type of leadership projects. And out of those 5, they're going to say, oh, by the way, these 3 I met during a career fair, and I remember the conversation, and they have great communication skills. They were able to present themselves very well during that conversation. So these 3 are the ones that I'm probably going to be talking to first, to make sure they're the best candidate for the job. And then after that, you move to the next. But my advice to the student is, if you have to pay $50, $60, $100 to go to a career fair or a networking event, or if you can go for free, invest the time to do so the money needed, because that main content is worth your time and your money. That's probably the most important.
I'm finding with students today that it's more than just 50 or 60 bucks. They have to go out and buy a sport coat, dress shoes, if they don't have one,
That's
or
important.
borrow one. I mean, and it's literally comes down, you know, how do you dress for this thing? And they don't have it. You know, they don't have church clothes, we used to call it.
That's important, Mike, but I will say, if I have somebody who is wearing a Calvin Klein suit and he looks super sharp and come to talk to me and kind of really tell me how he influenced people and how he leads and what is he planning to do in the next 5 years as a professional, and then I have somebody that is wearing just a TG Maxx coat and no tie, and he come and talk to me and say able to present, I would probably going to call the TG Maxx. So it also depends what we're looking for in that. That's what that first impression is really important.
When I go to career fairs and get on campus, so if I see someone multiple times and recognize a person's name multiple times in a row, that typically means that person is very proactive and is very interested in working for your company. So that alone is huge. So, as many contact points as that person can make with the company through networking events, through career days, things like that is huge. So typically it's a lot of the same recruiters recruiting at some of those different events on the same campus. Just seeing the interest, just seeing that responsiveness and that leadership, getting out of bed in the morning, maybe being the first one on campus at one of those events, then that's huge. That shows a lot. Determination. And then also community service is a big part of our company. We set aside a lot of our hours for that. A lot of our employees are on the job paid, and they're actually working out in the community. so that's something that we wanna see in hires that we're bringing in, is that as well on their resume, so. We wanna hire people that are used to serving other people, that want to serve other people, because that's what our company's all about, is serving other people, feeding the world. And so that's high on the list, so someone that has that at the top of their resume, that would stick out a lot.